When one tooth is missing, we tend to feel insecure about ourselves.
It was August 8, 2022 that I started a formal job at a well-known multi-branch dental company here in Pangasinan. The branch that I worked at, I had the opportunity to work as their very first social media manager, in which I had the role to promote their dental clinic in the online space. With the rising competition of businesses across social media platforms, business owners themselves, including the traditional ones, are also now moving into the online space and taking technology to leverage their businesses. Using the advantages of media such as Facebook and Instagram, I worked to do a similar job as to what I was passionate about, making videos. It was honestly a much lighter chore compared to the effort I put it on my videos here on YouTube, but I could also really say that my interest was kind of hooked. Although I wasn't used to talking with coworkers whose ages were way older than me, and with them being professional dentists or staff having a real inclination to dentistry, I wasn't that bothered as I liked my job simply because it was a similar calling to my passion.
Ano po yung experience niyo po pagdating po sa pagbisita po sa clinic po namin?
Maganda at saka approachable lahat ng staff dito.
As the social media manager of the known dental clinic, I had the role to manage their social media every day, from generating an idea or concept, best promoting dental services, to shooting and creating the content myself, then proceeding to captioning and publishing and scheduling and marketing online. It was my job to fulfill the duties to manage the dental clinic's facade in the online space. At first, I found it challenging in the perspective that I have to create content out of a specific niche, which is anything under the dentistry field and their clinic, but I got used to it as I garnered experience. I was a shy boy at the time because I wasn't used to communicating with coworkers. I didn't apply for the position myself, but rather them tapping me to work with them upon perhaps seeing a value in my craft. I was respectful with me being the youngest dental staff at 20, except that I invited my 19-year-old friend Kyla to work for them as well, out of life lesson reasons of teaching her practical experiences, as well as absurd reasons of tapping familiar people to me to meet other people in my life they've never previously encountered before. Anyways, throughout my experience as a staff in the dentistry field, or more like having a corporate job for 180 days, I've learned valuable experiences that I would truly cherish and make use, either as an application to myself or an advice to others in the future. Firstly, the reason why there had been long gaps in my posts here on YouTube was also because of this 9 to 5 work, but realistically speaking, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. of work, with a time of transportation also included. There were vague talks regarding the deal in the work in the first place, but other than that as well was a sense of uncomfortableness after seeing a hands-on view of how Filipinos work their day-to-day job. You cannot simply blame me for telling this, given the mental clarity I have come to cultivate in the years of pandemic. Because of the new knowledge I have come to acquire in all humbleness, I believe that there are better and more efficient ways for us Filipinos to run our labor and workforce. What I can also only say is the 9 to 5 job in the digital and modern age is deteriorating, and I think that government can play a major role in addressing this long-time hidden issue that we all have. As a part of new generation myself, I think that we can take risks of implementing systems inspired from other countries. Money will always be the issue if we keep complaining, but if we do it for the love and care for everyone, I think that this is more than possible and it can be done.
New day means new patient. Here's a feedback from a patient who's a 96-year-old World War II veteran.
Sir, pwede po ba kayong magpakilala?
Ang pangalan ko, Godofredo de la Cruz. 96 years old na sa October, sa next month.
With me being a stay-in person in most cases these times, it was uncomfortable for me to deal with social interactions. With people who's working being way older than me with professionalism, I was shy in the workplace even when I was in the position to be respected. Of course, with me being only 20, how can I not be respectful? Days went by though where I learned how to communicate with little professionalism. Though I was young, I was knowledgeable, and that helped me to express myself in such a way that I can be who I was. This exposure of communicating with professional people had given me the insight to better approach newer people I would meet in the future. It was indeed an uncomfortable experience, but it molded me to socially interact with others. In this last section, it's obviously implied that I would learn dental knowledge being me in the dentistry field. From the basic knowledge of recalling the parts and names of the teeth, the tooth numbers, basic diagnosis, how to skin deep analyze a dental x-ray results, to doing practical work such as providing assistance to the dentists. It was an enjoyable moment of spending time on a whole new experience. I'm not gonna lie though how lengthy 180 days or 6 months were, but the time spent as a dental staff had given me a better analysis in taking care of my dental health. I know how it feels to experience a toothache.
According to Mayo Clinic, dental implants are surgically placed in your jawbone, where they serve as the roots of missing teeth. Because the titanium in the implants fuses with your jawbone, the implants won't slip, make noise, or cause bone damage.
Before I left my work, I made sure not to regret anything. That's why I have analyzed my situation and wrote down pros and cons regarding my motivation in work. The time was lengthy, but it was a wholesome experience. It was pretty random actually, and I never really anticipated I would get to involve myself with teeth and dentists. The final call for me was to whether to juggle both work and passion or choosing one to focus one and letting the other go. I did not find any difficulty deciding, but it was also heartbreaking in my part. I chose to do my passion. I don't know what comes out, but this has been my deliberate decision, and I only pray for the best and success in this passion, it hopefully becoming into a career. And while the story of this video should not go in a gloomy way, it really seems that it is going that way. This story has gone too far from the title itself being about my experience in the dentistry field, but all in all, the random experience of involving myself in the field of dentistry in the corporate world were fun. They taught me lessons, and I found out that my theoretical insights were indeed correct. Thank you for watching. I hope you gained something. This has been Jay, wondering how odd, isn't it?